Hello lovelies and welcome back to the channel. My name is Katya and today we're going to be checking out the third episode of 100 Days My Prince. So recap from episode 2, Crown Prince sees Yisou at the cherry blossom trees and gets reminiscent and sees her and he thinks it's her, so he starts chasing after her. She runs away because man's chasing her. So scene takes off and basically happens how I thought it was going to be playing out. She gets away, they do not meet, they do not talk, and she basically bumps into this one dude who's working at the palace. I don't remember his name, but he's one of these palace dudes who's working there, who I'm thinking is probably going to be the second male lead slash love interest for Yisou, because he bumps into her, he sees that she's being chased by some men and kind of blocks the crown prince and his right hand man from getting past catch her. So that was annoying, but it's whatever. But basically Yisou gets away, crown prince doesn't catch her, and they go their separate ways. Yisou returns back home to the village she came from and basically is still having to deal with everyone saying she needs to get married. One of these old men that's in the village, who I guess is wealthier, tries to sway her with some stuff. I was already getting that hint from him, he wants her as his concubine, and she's no. And Crown Prince, he is back home trying to find out who shot the female position with the arrows. So in his birthday celebration, he requests everyone to bring him their own arrows and bows to gift to him, so he can find out which one would have been able to give the assassin those arrows and stuff, because they were I guess of a nicer quality. And we get to meet his half brother for the first time when he brings him some arrows and bows as well. But we do find out who is the one who has the same arrows as the assassin did, which of course is none other than the father-in-law. I don't remember what his position name is off the top of my head. I'm still trying to remember their names and positions, so excuse me. But his father-in-law is the one who has the same arrows, which obviously no surprise there. Another thing we also find out is the crown princess is pregnant. After the crown prince is doing some sleuthing, and he finds out that she's been refusing to see a physician for several times now, and it's very weird, so he kind of gets a suspicion that she might be pregnant, which is why she also has been forcing so much to sleep with him, and he's no. So he's oh, we're getting a little suspicious there. So he calls her in to get a physician checkup, and she's no, can't do it. And so basically confirms for him that she's pregnant. We don't know who the baby daddy is, who I'm guessing we'll find out later, and I'm assuming that it'll probably be someone shocking. But obviously at this point we're only 2 episodes in, so we haven't even seen the full cast yet. But because of all this baby mama drama, the crown princess and her dad have now taken on this plan to take out the crown prince, because it's going to be a way to save their butts, since obviously they have not been sleeping together, so obviously it would not be his baby. So she's trying to protect herself, this baby, and everything like that. When the crown prince goes out into the woods to do this ritual to help it rain, that's when the crown princess and her father go ahead and do this little plan to assassinate him, along with his other people there as well. So they're getting attacked by the assassin and his people, and they're fighting back and forth in these woods, and right hand man and crown prince take off, and they're hiding for a minute because they're both kind of injured a little bit. And so in order to protect the crown prince, right hand man swaps clothes with him, and they run in opposite directions. So obviously the assassin is chasing after the crown prince, assumably crown prince because of the clothing, and then Dongju, who I think that's his name, gets shot with some arrows and falls over this cliff into a river, and that's the last we see of him for the episode. And the crown prince, as he was taken off in the other direction, he gets falls down this I don't know, edge something, and just rolls down, and he hits his head on the rock. And I already knew where this is going. The man who Yisou calls father finds him, I guess when he's working up in these woods where they are, finds the crown prince's body, takes him, and is trying to help him out because obviously he's injured. And all the while this is happening, Yuseo is gotten caught up in the mess with this old man who's trying to make her his concubine, and she's not having it, so they are like whipping her in the town, like because she's like not taking on a husband, so she's like getting punished. I don't know, it was crazy. And so the crown prince is waking up around this time, and he doesn't remember who he is, which I assumed was going to be happening after we saw him hit his head. And so Yiseo's like dad has this like plan, grabs him and takes him with him, and they come in and he introduces him as her fiance, whom she has been telling everyone that she has like this fiance who's like in the military and this and that, who she's gonna get married to. He's just, you know, always busy, he can't come back right now. So finally he uses this man, the crown prince, who doesn't now remember who he is, to be the scapegoat that they need to get her to marry this man, I'm assuming, and, you know, be safe. So that's basically where episode 2 left off, with Yuseo being whipped and the crown prince coming in, posing as the man who she has been referring as her fiance. But let's go ahead and get straight into episode 3. Alright, so that was episode 3. Man, a lot was happening. There was so much going back and forth between the whole debacle of like literally like the wedding and then them getting married like the whole time, and then kind of like the little conversations with everyone else. It's so interesting because I did not think this was going to be like the concept of the show, with him losing his memory, them getting married, and, you know, kind of like living this whole like life together, I'm assuming, you know, while he gets his memories back. And I knew that the assassin was going to be the brother. I had a feeling, because, you know, they just want to hurt me and make things difficult and more complicated. And I feel like he's also going to be like the baby daddy for the crown princess's baby. And it's so messy. Everything is so entangled. Everyone is just all intertwined with each other, and the lies just keep piling on in this show. But let me start with like everything that's going on in the palace. There's like a crazy amount of like things happening, but, you know, the king is just like as useless as ever. You know, he just has no backbone. Like, he has just no control over anything, basically. I feel like he's just got nothing for him going for so far. And like the crown princess, you know, she's trying her best to just like remain as calm as physically possible while all this like unfolds and plays out, like hopefully in her favor, right? Like the crown prince is like dead and disappears and like stays away so she can survive. And of course, like everyone in this palace is just so against the crown prince. Like, you know, the queen, literally the his father-in-law, and like whoever like that other dude is that like works for him. I don't remember what his like position is, but, you know, the one that was like in the forest, you know, with the other palace guards like looking for evidence. And then of course he takes like an arrow that was left behind and like hides it away. Man, it's just like, who is on his side in this palace? Like, the only one who was on his side was the right hand man, which I think, like I said, I could be wrong, Dongju. Oh, gosh, I hate that I can't remember, but regardless, his right hand man, he was the only one that was there. And I think maybe some of the other like kind of palace guard people who like work there, I guess, who were under him are probably like close, but they haven't like shown anyone else, you know, besides like his right hand man and like I think maybe one other dude. And then the other man who is he said he was like a concubine's son. I don't remember like if they said his name. If they have, I've just forgotten and I didn't write it down. But his character is so interesting because he's like getting involved, you know, and he looks like he might be helpful or something, maybe into finding like the crown prince. But it's just so interesting because it's like, I don't know how involved he's gonna be in like stuff. At least thus far, he's like kind of had like a minimal like involvement in like what the story is thus far, but I'm assuming at some point he'll probably meet up with Yuseo and the crown prince, or Hongshim. I don't know which name I should be calling her, because Yiseo's like her original like name, and then Hongshim is like the name like everyone else calls her, like her secret name, you know, of the identity she's now has. But regardless, the concubine's son, He looks like I don't know. He looks like he's on the Crown Prince's side. Like he likes him, so I think he will be more in their favor, like when the time comes. So I guess that's like one person on their side of like literally no one else in the palace. And of course, like the whole like episode basically, building up to Crown Prince and or Wonduk. Now that his name is, as he has gotten his amnesia, he's now Wonduk. And Yusou like trying to get married, him just like still like embodying like his personality as the Crown Prince in a way, like those like habits that he has of like wanting the finer things, but like cannot possess them because he doesn't like have that status now. It's so funny to see him like be this way, like just like totally wanting to talk down to everyone, like because he has like that mindset in a way of like he's the Crown Prince, but obviously he doesn't remember he's the Crown Prince. And like this whole lie about like Wonduk's character, just like in general, is so interesting because I said it before, it looks like the dad constructed this man, like made him up for like Yusou to use as like an excuse not to get married. But I don't know if he was ever actually like a real like person, like Wonduk is a real person out there who went and joined the military, or if that was just like a made up story. And obviously like he used like the Crown Prince because he found just like a random dude to be his scapegoat for Yusou. But what's crazy to me is like Yusou really generally believes like Wonduk is a real person out there who came back, because I assumed like it was just someone they made up, so I thought she would like be in on the know that he was just like some dude who had amnesia and who like they just gave this identity so they could like save her butt, literally save her butt. But it's like not the case at all, and it's like she truly believes Wonduk is like this person, like the Crown Prince is Wonduk, like because they talked about like, oh, he should have like belongings, like a family home somewhere. And the dad's like, oh yeah, no, like none of those exist because obviously like he's not this Wonduk person, or even if this Wonduk person even is a real person or not. It's just so crazy the amount of lies that had to be put on, and the lying that is just like totally taken off, like nothing is going the way it should. There's just constantly a problem after a problem. And now the end of the episode is with Yusou and Wonduk, the Crown Prince, trying to like go to like this military person. I don't even know who they would be going to because obviously he was not under anyone. Or maybe Wonduk is like a person, I don't know, and like somehow like it'll like all work out. I don't know how they're gonna get out of this. I don't know what they're gonna do. They got captured like I guess bandits, if you want to call them, like whoever these people are, just randomly in the woods just trying to take money from people. And so it'll be interesting how they get out of this situation. I'm curious to see like how long he's gonna have like amnesia for, how long he's gonna be like not remembering things, or if he's gonna be like slowly starting to see things, because I'm assuming it can't be for too long. Maybe it's 100 days. Literally, it could be like 100 days, like for the title, like is with it for 100 days before he goes back to being a prince. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know how that's going to all work out. I feel like this is going to be so frustrating with the palace if he's gone that long. Because everyone is just going to be scheming over there and he's like stuck over here. Like they're in like their own world over here. Like Yusou and the Crown Prince, as like this married couple, just like totally like oblivious to like what's going on in the palace, obviously. But overall, the episode was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. I know I'm just gonna be filled with so much drama, but I'm here for it. He's doing such a great job. Dio Kyung-soo, he's doing so good. I love his acting so far. It's really been great. He's so funny with the way he is so serious now that he has amnesia, but it's also his role is turning like comedic, which is really fun. A nice dynamic to when the show like cuts to all the serious stuff. But I can't wait to see what happens in episode 4. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!